Hi, my name is Kate. I'm also known as Two Little Kits. Welcome to my FlossTube. I've got some works in progress. I have some works in progress missing that I would have liked to have worked on this week, but I focused on other things instead. I've got some awesome, exciting announcements to share and a funny story about an oops that I did, basically. So let's get started. So let's not faff about this fortnight. I will dive right into my works in progress because they're all laid out in front of me and I don't know, I'm excited to share them basically. The first one that I want to share with you is an upcoming pattern. I'm hoping to get it finished, test stitched, and then released next week. In fact, it's my Send Memes pattern, which is this piece here. It's coming along really nicely. It's still such an easy piece to stitch because it's so many big blocks of color, and basically all I've got left is this little tiny bit of pink to go and then the big like blob outline shape around the entire thing, which is going to be in half stitches, so even quicker to do basically, and then it's done. So yeah, this piece will, fingers crossed, be ready for next week on my website. That'll be exciting, and let me know what you think of this. I think it's coming out exactly as I hoped. I really like the colors that I've picked. I like how easy it is, like I said, to stitch, and I like the silliness of the idea. So that'll be available soon. Let me know what you think in the comments. The next work in progress that I have is actually the thumbnail for this FlossTube. It's this here. This is Flower Meadow Dragon Meadow by Flossie Fox Shop. It's her current stitch along. I'm finished the first part basically. So yeah, this is part one. The entire thing, like the whole piece of fabric is actually this. So it's going to be quite big, but for ease, I kind of folded it slightly. That's not even. That'll do. Yeah, so that's part one. I think it's really cute, really pretty. There are a couple of mistakes that I've left in deliberately. They're just limited edition features. Yeah, so this next part of this is going to be coming out on the 10th, I believe, and I'm looking forward to that coming out. It just looks amazing on this fabric. Like, check out that fabric pattern texture. I don't even know what to call it, but it's so pretty. Anyway, so that's that piece, and I'm doing this on 18 count too, just in case you're wondering. My next work in progress is the other active stitch along that I'm working on, which is Twigs and Tea, and I'm just gonna fiddle. Give me a sec. Got cat fur up my nose. It's this piece here. This is Twigs and Tea by Fine Frog Stitching. I have finished the frame. I was a tiny bit late. I finished it the day after the first part came out. And you can see I've started on the first part, and that came out yesterday. Yeah, it's a cute little duck, I believe. Her name is Lucy Goose Lock, so I guess it's a goose, not a duck. It was a little bit tedious to get through the frame in the end because I'm sure you cannot tell, but all of these frames are two separate browns, and then there's like a branch brown in here as well. So the branch brown was done first, I believe, like really early on out of the list of colors. And then the inside brown was the second last color, and then the outside brown was the last color. And I don't know, I was just like so sick of it by the end of the first color, and that had like over 1,000 stitches of that first, like that inside brown, I should say, not the first brown. I was just like, oh my god, can we just not, please? So yeah, there's that. But I enjoyed doing the little leaves on that piece. That was fun. I messed it up a few times, but that's who I am. I have trouble counting. My next work in progress is actually a new piece, and I started it because there's a hashtag going around on Instagram. It's called Season of the Witch Stitch Along. It was started up by Thistle and Thread with 2 D's in the thread. And yeah, I was just like, well, I just got that book by the Witchy Stitcher. I could easily join in on this and just have it as like a little fun aside. So I've started this piece, which is on a pretty small piece of fabric. You can see that, well, you may not be able to, but the grid ends here and here. So there's not a huge amount around the edges, but if I do frame this, it will go in a frame, not in a hoop. So because it's a very oval shape. So yeah, I wasn't like too concerned with the fact that this cut of fabric was already pretty small. But it's the pattern is called Superstitious Stitchers. That is hard to say. And it only uses 2 colors, which I thought was pretty cool. And it's like less than 2,000 stitches total with some back stitching. And it's basically just like, the design is superstitious symbols. So like a black cat and the number 13 and a rabbit's foot and what else? A spider with a spider web and the numbers 666 and just a 1-cent piece. Just like, you know, random things that people have superstitions about. So yeah, that's that piece. I haven't done much. I don't know if I'll even finish this within this month, but yeah, that's all I've done so far. I thought it would look really cool on this piece of fabric too. I don't know if you can see the like marbling in the fabric. It was printed on this because it's not on this side. It's only on this side. But I thought this tan color would look really good with this because it's black and one of the off-white colors in DMC floss as the 2 colors. So yeah, anyway, there's that piece. And my last work in progress is, of course, my flower meadow, which I haven't done today's flower yet, but otherwise I am caught up. It's officially happening. It's officially like a thing. I mean, it's been a thing for a while. I don't know, it's just like I'm getting close to this 3rd fold again. Like I got to the halfway point, and now I'm getting to the 3rd point, the 2/3, sorry, point, and I don't know, it just feels real. So that's 250 odd days. Let me see, because I keep track of everything I've rolled, like I did last year with Flower Field. I keep track of everything I've rolled, so at the end I can do like interesting statistics, basically. So Flower Meadow, oh, this is exactly 250 days. Crazy. We almost are down to the last 100 days. That means that's pretty cool. So if I'd done today's flower, it'd be 251, but I haven't. So 250 flowers. Wow. Saying that, wow. Okay. Wow. I mean, the flower field is obviously, because it was last year and it was a leap year, it was 366 days. I don't know, it just doesn't feel like that many days. Like looking at the flowers, doesn't feel like there's that many flowers. Anyway, let me get back to my notes because I had to change things in Notion. So that is my works in progress that I have touched on this past fortnight. I was hoping to get a bunch of stitching done on the Extraordinary Birds, but I don't remember touching it, so I didn't bring it up. And I was also hoping to get a little bit more work done on the Night of the Frost Dragon. That has come out of my car, actually. That's no longer my car project. This has been my car project, and that's actually relevant now because my kids are back at school, so I am spending time sitting in my car again. But because I want to release this pattern next week, I switched out. When I did my last FlossTube, I didn't take the Night of the Frost Dragon back to my car. I put this one instead in my car, and yeah. Hopefully that makes sense. I was hoping to work on it because it's really cute, and I feel bad for it, I guess, which is stupid, but I feel bad because I want to work on it. I want to see it progress, but because it's on black, I'm just, I like black fabric, but I have learnt because of that project that I can only handle black fabric in a smaller project. So like, I don't think you can see that. So this piece, it's got cat fur on it. This piece here. So this was easy to work on because it was small and it looks great. Like, it looks amazing. But this is actually the companion piece to Pixel Dragon, I think it was called, Stitch Along. And the Pixel Dragon Stitch Along was the piece I was working on with that same piece of fabric, that big black fabric that Night of the Frost Dragon is on. I unpicked everything and like removed it from existence because I couldn't handle it. I didn't really like the stitch along as a whole in this design of hers. I liked this little one, but I was like, this piece isn't sparking joy and it's on black fabric. I can't keep this up. I can't keep going. So yeah, I stopped and removed everything that I had done, and I wanted to reuse the piece of fabric. Yeah, anyway. The next thing that I want to chat about is some Two Little Kits things, because there's a bunch of stuff that's happened. I only released one new blog post because I was kind of like focusing on stitching, to be quite honest, as well as a couple other things. Whenever I was working on my computer, I was doing other stuff. So the only blog post I have is the blog post for July this year, the wrap-up post that I have. Unless I'm completely forgetting another post that I did and released, that's the only one I have, but there'll be a link in the description that you can go and check that out. It's a kind of a big one. Lots of pictures to look at, and yeah. Ta-da! Other stuff that I've worked on for Two Little Kits is, I mentioned in my last FlossTube that I was going to release the newest merch and apparel collection. So that is available to pre-order right now. It's called True Crime. I am kind of obsessed. I am trying to figure out whether or not I want to order myself a t-shirt or a jumper, because yeah, I don't know which one I want. I've got so many jumpers, I don't really need any more, but I really like the jumper idea. I could use new t-shirts because the ones that I have, a lot of the ones that I have are way too big for me. So I will likely get a t-shirt. I'm excited to get something, and I can't wait to show it off when I do get it. So yeah, that'll happen. But if you do want anything from that collection, I highly suggest you do that this week, because on the 14th, that's the last day that you can save and get something from it before like it disappears and then it'll come back later, if that makes sense. There's a discount that will be applied automatically at checkout. I hope that you like the design. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'm obsessed. I really like it. I don't know, I can't explain why. I've been on a true crime kick for the last couple of months now, I think. I don't know, I just had the idea pop into my head of this design, and I was like, it's perfect, it's amazing, I need to make this happen. So, ta-da! The other thing that I've been working on with my website is getting ready to launch holiday ornaments again. I really wanted to launch on the 1st of September, which was Monday, which was like bad timing because I was releasing my latest Zodiac pattern. So I was like, okay, the 2nd of September, I'm gonna launch and talk about ornaments, and it'll be amazing and it'll be great and blah, blah, blah. And then on that day, I went and got a flu shot, and the next day my period started, and I was just like, ah. So yesterday I launched, yesterday being Friday, because life, I launched my ornaments finally. There's a link in the description of a landing page that gives you all the information about what to expect, when to expect it, what you can order, hopefully answering every question that you might have about ornaments. It's in the description. There's a 10% discount for up until the 14th is the last day to order. So yeah, I've got lots of stuff going on. My brain is all over the place, but I have True Crime collection and I have Christmas ornaments, You can continue ordering ornaments past the 14th of September. That's not a problem. It's just, if you want to save money, you got to do it before the 14th of September. If you want to get it before December, you need to order before the 1st of October. If you order after the 1st, or on the 1st or after the 1st of October, then you'll still get it, but I can't guarantee it'll be delivered before the 1st of December. So that's all of that information. That is a thing. I'm excited. I know by the end of it, I'm always like, oh my God, ornaments. I hate ornaments. But I really do like having them as in my portfolio, basically. I didn't get anywhere near as many ornaments orders last year. So I'm hoping is that trend doesn't continue and I don't get like any. If you are thinking about it, hit me up, we can chat or place an order and do that before the 14th of September and you'll be able to save. So, yay! The other thing that I've been working on is the next Zodiac design, and I have a funny story for it. Basically, I completed the design in Procreate and I was like, yes, okay, now I get to move it onto my computer and patternize the design. And I was looking at my list of to-do stuff and I happened to open up the series to-do for Zodiac and noticed that I didn't design Libra, I designed Scorpio. So I did the wrong one. So I have Scorpio design, not as a pattern yet, but I have the design, like the concept to work from already. And I adjusted it because I had obviously the wrong Roman numeral on it because I thought it was supposed to be number 7. So I've been working on Libra. I'm really concerned that I'm not going to be able to get it done before whenever it's due, so not this coming Monday, but in 3 weeks time, basically. No, this is 3 weeks time. I need to get a wriggle on, but every time I pull out my iPad to work on it, my kids are like, can I draw on your iPad? So I am having to wrestle that issue, but I want to encourage my kids to draw, so I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out. I may end up designing it straight in my pattern app. I don't know. We'll see. But I thought that was funny that I had worked on the wrong Zodiac. And Virgo is so boring. It's not the worst. Like, I think Aquarius is worse. It's just water. But to try and make Libra exciting is hard. Yeah. The next thing I want to chat about is something sort of like miscellaneous. It's still stitchy related, so let's lump it in with stitchy stuff. I wanted to share my Ort container. So this is my Orts for this year. I really love these. I have these little frames, which I will show you. Oh, my foot's gone asleep. So I have these little shadow box frames. Wasn't made properly, this one. But yeah, I got these little shadow boxes, which are they're deep. You can see like the shadow of how deep it is. You can kind of see like how wide it is. I got these ages ago and I still have, you can't see them, but up the very top shelf I have all of my Ort jars from each year that I've been stitching since the last time I picked up stitching again, which was 2017. So 2017 and 2018 mixed together because I didn't do a huge amount of stitching in 2017. But I have those all sorted by years, and my plan is to just dump them into these and then use my Cricut to put a year on like the front of it in some fashion. I don't know how exactly. Then have these all lined up, like not on this wall because I've got all this stuff, but you know, hang them all up somewhere in this vicinity because this is like my little corner. But there's another desk over there with a wall that's sort of blank, and I'll likely use that wall to hang all these little frames up. But yeah, so I keep all of my scraps, like all of my scraps. I have a little Ort catcher in my car. I always have little Ziploc baggies that I reuse and recycle in each project. Like this is, I have a Ziploc for my send memes project because I couldn't find one that was big enough to fit the hoop in because I have so many projects. But look, I've got like all the little orts from just that project in a Ziploc, and I'll save that Ziploc and use it in a different project. And for Flower Meadow, like I have all my floss all numbered for each number, and then the very last one is called scraps, and it's all of my scrap pieces, which is a lot of green, which I'm always very surprised at how much green is in there, but it makes sense because every flower has the dark green in it. Anyway, so all my orts go in here. If I'm stitching here, then they go straight into this. Otherwise, they all go into their little baggies in the project, and then once the project's done, I shove it all in together. I can actually like see the projects that I've worked on. It's awesome. And then at the very end of the year, like on the last day of the year, I empty out all of the little Ziplocs for all the projects, put them in, and then the empty bags carry over to the next year. So yeah, I realized that I hadn't shared my plan and what I do for all my orts, and I just wanted to share that. I'd love to know your thoughts and what you do with all of your orts. Orts, by the way, stands for old ratty threads. There's another word, another meaning for it. It's like old random threads or something. Whatever you do, don't put them out for birds because it's not safe. So yeah, where's my phone? Oh, another stitchy thing I had that I didn't chat about just before. I mean, I touched on it, but I released Zodiac Virgo. That's on my website. You can get that along with all of the other 5 Zodiac signs that I have completed. So I'm officially halfway through the entire Zodiac series, which is just awesome to think about. I feel like I'm now on the harder half of the series, mostly because of, no, 2 reasons why. One, the name banner that's on all of them. All of the names so far have been really short. So I'm pretty sure I counted it, and Sagittarius is the longest name out of all of the Zodiacs. And I think I'm gonna have to stretch the banner out slightly for that one, which is just like, it's gonna be all wonky. So when I have to stretch it out for whichever one will be next that I have to do that for, I'm pretty sure it will be Sagittarius. I'm gonna have just a second size banner. So like Capricorn, Aquarius. I think those 3 are the longer 3 names. Those ones will all be on the same size. It's not like I'm gonna shrink and grow for the name length, because I think that would look weird. The name length is frustrating, and then some of the icons for the signs themselves, again with Sagittarius, it's freaking centaur with a bow and arrow. I don't have a lot of room or pixels to design something like that, so I'm gonna have to get creative, I think. Any ideas that you might have for the remaining, well, the last 4, I guess. Pisces is easy, 2 fish, I can do that. Aquarius, that'll just likely be the sort of urn or jug with water coming out of it. I can do that. But Sagittarius, I'm just like, oh my gosh, what? And Capricorn, I don't know. Help me out here. That'd be awesome. And the last thing to talk about is IRL stuff. And this is gonna be a short one because I was going through what I got up to in the last 2 weeks, and it was like nothing really, which I guess most people would be sad about, but I'm not sad about it. So I mentioned that I had a flu shot, which happened this past Tuesday. It made this whole week just disappear. I was really bleh after having it. It hurt so bad. It doesn't hurt anymore, thankfully. Like, it's a little residual bruising feeling, if that makes sense. But, oh God, it felt like she went to the bone when she put the needle in. It hurt so bad. But apart from that, there's nothing really that happened. The only other thing to talk about is that I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that when I release this Monday, but next Monday, I will be going back to martial arts. I really hope that I can make it work with my family schedule, but that's the day, that Monday is the first day of the new cycle, so it's like the best time for me to come back to martial arts. And I'm really nervous about going back. And I know I've said this in the past when I've had a break because of surgery or whatever, that I'm always nervous to go back because I feel unqualified, I feel unfit, I feel out of the loop, I feel behind, whatever it is. They're always lovely there. They're always understanding that, you know, I'm not in the best shape ever. Yeah, I miss going there. I miss having my friends there, like talking to my friends there. I miss getting out and moving my body in that kind of way, because I've tried to sort of do it myself and practice myself, and it just isn't the same. I need the instructor to just be like, yeah, you do this and you do that and we're gonna do this now, and I need the pressure, the peer pressure, I guess. So wish me luck. Hopefully that'll happen. It should happen. We're in a situation now financially that I can go back. So hooray! And that is everything that I have to chat about. So thank you so much for watching. I, again, didn't write down notes to remind me of all the things I asked you to comment about, but there was like the new pattern, the new Zodiac pattern, the upcoming Send Memes pattern, my true crime collection. If you have any questions about ornaments, yeah, let me know if you're doing either of the stitch alongs that I'm doing, or if you're joining in the witchy thing for September that's on Instagram. I will link that tag or something like that in the description below so that you can check out what that is about. Like, I'll link to the Instagram post that I saw that had a bit of information about it. So that's about it. Thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate you being here. I appreciate you commenting and liking and sharing and doing all those awesome things that help me out. Words can't describe. So thank you very much, and until next time, I'll see you on the internet. Bye.